A man on today's show said, I'm trying to praise my wife, right? I hear that the feminine grows through praise. I'm trying to praise my wife, say nice things to her, but it seems like most of the time she either, is disgusted or hates what I have to say or ignores me or gives me a hard time about it or says I'm being manipulative, right? Rarely do I even get a little recognition or a smile. So we just finished the C Note show. I'm Mr. Jeff Allen. This is Cynthia Cruz, the only woman allowed on this channel and on our shows for her professional feminine perspective. And I want to ask her about this. How do I praise her then? How do I praise her? And what I want to offer you, first of all, is it must come from the heart. It can't be something that you just think she's going to like, because that is manipulative, by the way. Okay. So it must come from the heart in the moment. And I'll give you a cherry on top at the end of exactly how to do that. And you have to be aware of the space that's in between the two of you. So you're probably watching this because things aren't 10 out of 10 in your relationship, and you want to know how to do this better. You want to learn the skills that we teach, the behavioral skills, that what to do, the emotional control, and the why you're doing it. That's what we teach here and on the show and in our stuff, our free programs, our coaching, our small coaching groups, everything that we do, our meetups all around the world, literally. You want to learn that. So Cynthia, when the man says, how do I praise her? What does he need to be aware of? Like, how can he move forward here in a positive way, please?
Yeah, well, there's so many things that can be on the opposite side of that, right? You can feel like no matter what you say, she deflects it, negates it, um, thinks that you're trying to get something from her. Energetically, I want to offer that none of that takes away her feminine hunger to feel praise. And what's happened is, due to like circumstances, whether she's blaming you for everything or feeling like she needs to protect herself, she's kind of done this like protective shield around her. So a praise in that space almost can feel like, maybe I shouldn't trust this. Maybe it feels like it's getting into her bubble that she's using to push you away, and she doesn't want that in her bubble. She feels more empowered keeping you at a distance. So the praise is still so important to where you are leading the relationship to go, because the lack of it is like starving the feminine, and that's not what this is about. It's about imagining that there is a space between you where the highest vibration of her feminine exists, and the most golden king powerful energy of your masculine exists, and you're offering the praise into that space between you, knowing that there are times that, it's going to be like armor that she has put up around this, and that's okay. Um, your heart, your gift of praise it's like nothing else. Women can't even give each other that caliber of praise that the masculine can. So I offer you, keep in the mindset that what you give from that space is a gift, and you're putting it on the space, the table, the altar between you two, that she can pick up or she doesn't have to in that moment. Uh, that's the energetic frame that allows the feminine to kind of merge out from beneath the armor and move towards you, as opposed to if she feels like she's having to or wanting to do this to your energy all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to be grounded, and you're doing this because this is the man that you are. Like the example that I give is when you're out walking around your neighborhood and you wave to the other neighbors that are going by, if you get upset, if you get mad when a neighbor doesn't wave back, you're not doing it without attachment. You're attached to them waving back. Well, if you give your wife a compliment and she doesn't take it very well and you get butthurt about it or angry about it, you are being manipulative. You are trying to get something from her. There is a covert contract, as Robert Glover would say, from No More Mr. Nice Guy. So part of it is, even if she scoffs and rolls her eyes, which you don't necessarily like, she's free to take or leave or whatever she wants to do to your compliment. Okay. So let me give you some nuance here. I'm going to give you the cherry on top here in a second. If you're not yet a part of our free Facebook group, greatmenmovemountains.com/Facebook. And if you want immediate one-on-one help with this, if you want to come in and ask, where am I? I'm lost in the woods. I feel like I'm drowning. Reach out to me, reach out to us. Go to greatmenmovemountains.com/contact and have the most powerful conversation with me, with another man that you've ever have. I promise you. So let me give you some nuance here in that if she's really shoving your compliments away, take a step back, take 2 steps back, maybe compliment her 10 or 20% of how often you would think that you'd want to, so that you're not smothering her. Okay. And when you're giving it, if you have an idea in mind, if you're coming to her with a premeditated compliment that, again, is going to come across as clunky and premeditated and maybe manipulative. So have a thought in your mind, right? Like I told him on the show today, I said, well, I want to talk about her lipstick because it looks beautiful and it matches her shirt today. And it's something, okay, that's premeditated though. So as you walk toward her and you want to give one of these compliments from your heart, I want you to let that initial thought go, the pre-planned compliment, and then think of the next thing that comes into your mind, right? Like right now, how much presence, I just thinking this right now, how much presence that Cynthia is giving me. So I'd say, I so love how you give presence into the space in between us and you honor me in that way. So whatever then comes into your mind right in that next moment, from your heart, from your soul, from your deep breathing, that's what you compliment her with, so that it's truly from you and it's not going to be. Now she might say, that's manipulative, I hate this. Okay, maybe take another step back, maybe reach out to the men, come into our private Facebook group, post about it, get feedback from another man, right? But you're doing this because that's the man that you are. That's why you're giving love into the world. You're gifting love and beauty into the world as the man that you are. Cynthia, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you.
Go move mountains one step at a time.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Subscribe.
Want more affection, love and sex in your marriage? Want less paralyzing fear and rejection? Join us live Monday to Friday Zoom call, men only, greatmenmovemountains.com/C-Note. The C-Note Show, free daily call.
This I've got to see.
It's worth watching, so stay tuned.